There was a librarian who worked in a quiet town. Every morning she unlocked the doors, dusted the shelves, straightened the books, and prepared the reading tables before anyone arrived. People admired her. They said she must be wise. They said she must know everything. They said she must have read every book in the building. She never corrected them. She simply smiled, nodded politely, and went back to her work. One day, a young man visited the library looking for guidance. He was lost in life, drifting, unsure, overwhelmed by choices he didn't know how to make. He approached the librarian and said, "You must know a lot. You've read all these books. Can you help me?" The librarian paused. She looked at the rows of shelves, the thousands of stories, the endless knowledge stored in ink and paper. Then she said, "What makes you think I've read them?" The young man blinked, confused. "You're the librarian," he said. "Isn't that your job?" She shook her head gently. "My job is to care for the books, not consume them." He didn't understand, so she invited him to walk with her. They moved through the aisles slowly. She pointed to a shelf of philosophy. "These books hold questions people have been asking for centuries." She pointed to a shelf of history. "These hold the mistakes people keep repeating." She pointed to a shelf of fiction. "And these hold the truths people are too afraid to say out loud." The young man listened, expecting her to quote passages or offer wisdom from the pages. But she didn't. Instead, she said, "I've watched thousands of people come through these doors, some searching for answers, some searching for escape, some searching for themselves." She paused, letting the silence settle. "And I learned something from them, something no book ever taught me." The young man leaned in, waiting for the lesson. The librarian continued. "People don't come here because they're looking for knowledge. They come here because they're looking for permission." He frowned. "Permission for what?" She walked to the center of the library, where the light from the windows fell across the floor like a quiet spotlight. "Permission to change," she said. "Permission to grow. Permission to become someone new." The young man felt something shift inside him, but the librarian wasn't finished. She stepped closer and lowered her voice. "You think I'm wise because I'm surrounded by books, but wisdom doesn't come from being near knowledge, it comes from using it." She looked him directly in the eyes. "I don't read the books," she said. "I watch the people who do." The young man froze, because suddenly everything made sense. The librarian wasn't a keeper of stories. She was a keeper of people. She didn't study the pages. She studied the readers. She didn't learn from the books. She learned from the lives unfolding around them. And then she delivered the truth that stayed with him for years. Twist. I never read the books. I read the people who needed them.